Hey, so you're thinking about moving to London, Ontario or the surrounding areas and you aren't quite sure where you want to live yet? Well, stick around because today we are in the community of Ingersoll, which is a little bit east of London, and we're going to be talking about the community, about the history, show you around the town, talk about the real estate here, and show you why it might be a great place for you to live when you move here. Let's go. Time for the channel, welcome. This is a space where you can learn everything about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and yes, the bad about London, Ontario and the surrounding areas. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon for notifications so you'll be the first to know about the current market right here in the London area. My name's Dania and I get calls and emails every day from people just like you who are looking to move in and around the area of London. Today we are in Oxford County in the town of Ingersoll. Ingersoll is about 13,000 people, just a little bit east of London, just a short distance from Woodstock, Ontario as well. And Ingersoll is a community that has a long history. Ingersoll started settlement in the 1790s from people from New England, a community that people settled in. The railway run. The cool thing is that this was actually the first place where they had a cheese factory. So we have a cheese museum here in Ingersoll, which is a really cool thing because we are in Oxford County is known for its dairy. So if you know anything about Oxford County and the amount of dairy farms that we have here, you'll know that the dairy farmers are very precious to this area. They bring in a lot of revenue to the community, and so surrounding Ingersoll is a lot of dairy farms, and so we really cherish that industry. Ingersoll is about 40 kilometers from downtown London. It's about 2 hours from downtown Toronto and about an hour 15 minutes from the Toronto National Airport. Several airports that you can access though are the London International Airport. We have Kitchener. You also have Hamilton Airport that's not too far from here, and also, like we said, the Toronto Pearson International. Woodstock is only a 15-minute drive from here, so it's very close. And we also have Tillsonburg, which is another community that is very close to here that a lot of people access or live in. And it's just a 21-minute drive from here. We are very, very close to the 401 highway. And later on, I'm going to take you over to show you one of Ingersoll's treasures, which is the Elmhurst Inn and Spa, which is on the edge of the 401 highway, but it is an older established manor that was turned into a spa where you can have weddings, you can stay in a timed room, you can eat there at their restaurant, have functions there, have a spa, treat yourself to a spa day, or book yourself a package that actually combines all of those pieces and all of those events into one. So we are right here in downtown Ingersoll. It is quiet. It is later on a Saturday after a little bit of a pan around here, but I'm standing in front of the municipal buildings here in Ingersoll. So I'm not sure if you can see out there. And right here we have the cenotaph for the for the town of Ingersoll. So Ingersoll, about 13,000 people. But because there's so much to access in the larger centers, they don't have a lot here. Smaller independent businesses, few restaurants, investments, doctor's offices, dollar stores, but there's a lot of agriculture here. There is some manufacturing here as well, but not on the large scale, say in a center like London or Toronto or some of those places with the larger manufacturing plants. All right, well, we are going to head over to 3 different properties today. We're going to show you some of the heritage homes that we have here because this is such an entirely a community that was settled so long ago. We want to make sure that we show that are in this area. One thing to note about Ingersoll is that you can access the railway here, the Via Railway. So you can go to and from Ingersoll very quickly to Woodstock, London, Toronto, all those different places right on passes.
The train. What?
Now, Ingersoll has its own community center. It also has an inter-community transit system that will take you to and from Tillsonburg. So people that want to access a little bit into Tillsonburg can do so. One thing to note, there are 21 different types of parks here in Ingersoll, whether they're walking parks, playing parks, baseball parks, fields for recreation, whatever they may be. 21 in this community have a lot of choices when it comes to getting out and being active out. There is one hospital here in the community called the Alexandra, and it is a hospital. It's a smaller hospital, but it does have a full service with even an emergency room. And one thing that I do know from my previous career in healthcare is that that hospital is well known and well loved for its care for the elderly people. And so if you are in this area and you are elder, you know that those people are specialized and serve that are of the elderly community. Ingersoll also has its own golf course. It's been around for 65 years. So if you're a golfer, this is a great place you can go. You can access golfing. Plus we have many other golf courses in the area. So you'll never be in a place where you lack for having a different golf course to choose from. You can play at a different golf course every day of the week in this area in Southwestern Ontario. Now, the average price of the homes here in this area says about $550,000, but remember there's a lot of homes that are older, and then there's some newer ones here. So we're balancing out it in the middle. The median price of the homes here is still just around that same price at $560,000. But 3-bed, there are 8 schools in Ingersoll for you to access, and that's Catholic schools and secondary school, as well as a public elementary schools. Now, one of the things that's treasured about Ingersoll is the Elmhurst Inn, which has been around since 1872. This will provide you with a heritage experience, allowing you to stay in time period rooms, eat at their dining room with their top-notch chefs, as well as have a personal experience in their spa. So we're going to head on over there at the end of today before we take our tour through Ingersoll and give you a little bit of an outside view of what that looks like and how close it actually is one. So let's head on over to our first stop with our tours for the homes today, and then we'll see you at the end, or at the Elmhurst Inn. Let's go. Well, we are here at our first stop in Ingersoll for home tours. We're in a little neighborhood that's tucked away in the back corner of Ingersoll. Standing here, there's like a walking trail that's right here, right off the neighborhood in the street, which is so nice. Walk down this unpaved pathway, have a little bit of peace and serenity. Now, originally, I believe this was an area with farmland here, and we had quite a few homes in the area that are for sale. There's one behind me here, a little 2-bedroom home. This home over here is a little bit newer, and it was purchased, or it was just recently sold as well. And then we have this beautiful, cute little home right here that is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and it is $500,000 currently at the moment. I was just in because it had an open house today, and I was in there, and this home really cool. It used to be a barn many years ago. It was built in the late 1800s. So they built the house on top of it, and they added on to it in several different places. So you're going to see homes like that in these neighborhoods, as we've talked about in different videos, is that houses around here started a lot smaller, and then as with the needs arose for a larger home with different maybe family members joining or just wanting more space, that they added on to these homes. So this home here is about 1,500 square feet. It has been very well updated. So as most homes that are older, you're going to see a lot of different things. You might have floors that are not quite very even, but well updated, and the foundations are great. So if you're purchasing an older home like this, I recommend that you get an inspection so that you understand what's the problems that you are having in your home. But this is an older neighborhood, like I said, used to be like I think farm area and stuff, and so they have redeveloped it now. So you have homes of different eras that are built, like this one, as I said, built in the late 1800s. This is another older home, the home behind me being built probably in the 1950s, and then this home beside it, probably that home built in the late 80s, 1980s, maybe 1990s. So this neighborhood here, still very mature, quiet. I see there's a lot of traffic coming in and out of here today because we are, I'm recording this on Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. So that means that people are getting together for dinners and enjoying their days. So we're gonna head on over to another home that is, that's in the area and take a look at that and what that neighborhood has to offer. Well, we are on house 2 in our tour of homes in Ingersoll. Now, as you can see, Ingersoll has a lot of older homes, a lot of Victorian homes. A lot of this whole area was settled so many years ago. In fact, like we talked about Ingersoll being settled in the 1700s, some of the places 1800s. You know, these homes having all brick homes that were very grand at some point in time. Some of them even small though, because they were regular homes for regular folks, but some of these were to do with the railway, some of these were to do with just manufacturing in the area. But the home behind me, built in 1902, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. It has been updated, kept, has a lot of the old wood charm in there, you know, of the character, like period wallpaper from that time frame. And it had a lot of changes to the home. Not a heritage designation, but we do have homes that are like that in the area. I wanted to take a moment to show you just a little around the neighborhood here of other homes in the area. So we have a large brick home behind me. This lot is very large. Obviously, the taxes in this home behind me are going to be more than the one that we were showing you just a minute ago, because the one behind me here, those taxes are about $2,800 a year, but the one behind me probably is sitting a little higher. Now, many homes on this street are the old brick homes, and they're very original to the properties. If you see newer homes on this street, it's probably because maybe you had a home that was condemned or there was a fire and they had to renovate that home. So, you know, this is very typical of Ingersoll. Ingersoll has a lot of homes that are of that century, like the 1900s, late 1800s. And so if you're looking for a community that has a lot of that, Ingersoll does provide you that. And so, you know, you will pay different prices for different price points depending on how well the home was taken care of, how large the home was taken, or how large the home is, and exactly where it's situated within the community of Ingersoll. But I'm just going to take a quick look behind you. Obviously, you can see some of these homes. A lot of them have porches off the front, which is very lovely. Some of them have siding on them now, but originally they probably have brick behind them, because that was very common that people did that, put the siding over the brick. Maybe the brick was falling, was not doing so well, maybe it needed to be reparched, but you know, that's one reason why people do put siding on homes. Also, just to update the look, maybe they didn't like the color of the brick. So anyways, we're going to take a look at a newer home in a different part of the community so that you can get an idea of what that looks like. Well, we're here on our 3rd stop in Ingersoll. What I want to tell you is today we have a 4th stop happening because Ingersoll's having a lot of heritage homes, and I wanted to showcase some of that beauty and rich heritage that they have. But I'm in a newer area of the town. This home behind me, built in 2011, it's a back split. It's 4 beds, 2 baths, listed just shy of $750,000 on a corner lot. So as you can see, the corner lot, take you a little bit towards the back here, and you can see newer neighborhood where you can see behind me there is some unfinished or like open property, probably for sale by developers and stuff like that. So the homes in this area, built in the 2010, 11 and forward, some of them are just being built and just being finished. But a family community over here, a lot of kids. I see a lot of basketball nets, so we're good for teenagers. And so a newer area of the community. Now Ingersoll, because it's so close to the 401, it's a great space for people who want to commute to and from Toronto or London and different areas. But yeah, so this home, like I said, $750,000, 4 beds, 4 baths. It's about 2,500 square feet, and a lot of the homes homes here, not necessarily the back of us, but you can see a lot of two-story homes behind me, a lot of double garages. Sorry, the wind's just in my face today. But yeah, so I'm going to also show you down here what I'm talking about, you know, dead-end roads. So we can see behind us here, I'm just going to take a quick look this way. And behind me here is the back of the street, where there is, the street ends right there. So you're coming in and you're going out that street. You're not going to get to access this out into a different space. But we can not hear any of the 401 traffic from here, although we are fairly close to the 401. Now we are going to head on over to another newer developed townhome, because I wanted you to get a good idea and sense of the type of properties, because a lot of people who work in Toronto or work in London want to live in Ingersoll because the housing prices aren't quite the same as they are in the larger centers. So I wanted to give you a full scope today. So we're going to have a fourth property that we look at. So let's head on over there and then we can wrap up our day. So we are here down on the south end, or the east end of the city now of Ingersoll, the town of Ingersoll. I'm in a townhouse complex here that was built in 2016. Condos in this area, in this complex, run you, several of them are listed somewhere around the $620,000 mark. They are about 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and they're about 1,500 square feet and just over $3,400 for taxes. Now you will have a condo fee in here based on the fact that this is a condo complex, and that's going to run you around $220 a month. So as you can see, lovely garages, some double, some single car garages depending on the unit that you have. And so these complexes here, they're lovely for people that don't want to have maintenance, but they want to have a place where they have pretty much a full home, but they don't have a lot of maintenance. So the maintenance fees will cover all of the plowing of the snow, the maintenance in the area like the grass and the landscaping in the area, and any of the common areas, so like the mailbox and the parking for visitor parking. So that's what you're going to look at here in Ingersoll for a townhouse complex. So this is pretty average in the area. Good newer townhomes running you $600,000, $700,000 depending on the type of condo that it has and the finishes that it has. So that's going to wrap up our tour here. Let's head on over to the Elmhurst Inn, where we're gonna wrap up our day. Well, that's all we have for today, folks, here in Ingersoll. I'm out here at the Elmhurst Inn and Spa. Can't get too close because there's actually 2 weddings going on here outside in the gardens and in the property today. So I'm just trying to be respectful of them. We have the highway that's right in front of me, so you're gonna hear some traffic. And then right around, I'm not sure if I can get up here close enough, but there's a roundabout there, and that's going to take you out to the 401 highway. We literally are 5 minutes from the downtown of Ingersoll, and you can see behind me over here is newer developments from the community. So this is a place where you might want to live to access the 401, to have access to some of all of these wonderful amenities like the Elmhurst Inn and Spa and the Cheese Factory Museum. But I just want to, we have bride and groom right here. But I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me here today. If you have found value in this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and like this video so other people can find it as well. My name's Daniel Parker Smith, and I'm so happy to be of service to you in this way in our community. And if you're moving to the London area or the surrounding areas, please give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. Once again, thanks so much. Stay safe and be blessed.